Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you all for coming out tonight. How many of you have ever lost a favorite car or truck in your lifetime due to an accident, repossession, or theft? I know you felt bad or sad. Some of you may have shed a tear, or you may have gotten angry. But this is normal because these are our emotions. And our emotions we use it to cope with different situations. Today I will talk to you about the loss of my favorite car due to an accident. Its past, its present, and its future. I did a lot of research before I found this car. I found it online at www.autotrader.com. That's a site you can use for any vehicle you might want to find, new or used. I want to find the perfect car, one that I will enjoy driving for a long time and not be bored. The main selling point of this car was its manual transmission and its sporty engine. It's a green 2001 Dodge Stratus Sporty Edition. I found a dealership in Pasadena, Texas. I purchased it on November 5th, 2010 for $4,000. It had about 107,000 miles on the engine. This is the car right here. That's how I'm looking at it. Fine, fine vehicle. Now that I've talked about the past, I'd like to talk to you about the present. We went everywhere together. Went to work, went to school, went to the grocery store, the mall, went on long trips together. Sometimes we just go cruising around town. I bathed all the time and kept her clean. She stayed dressed nicely. I kept her well maintained. Kept a regular oil change, tune-ups. I even bought her a new pair of shoes and some socks. Bought brand new tires and brake pads. I was in the process of even giving her new makeup. I was going to give her a new paint job so she could just stay fresh. My girlfriend and I decided to drive down to Lake Charles this weekend. We was going to go on our weekly outing. We was going to do some gambling down there at the casinos, which we do sometime. So we took off, headed down that way. End of the night, at the end of the night, early next morning, didn't do too good. I lost, but we had fun. On our way back home, I never remember this day, March 31st of this year. It was early Sunday morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. It was a quiet morning, not too many vehicles out. Driving along on the loop, heading back to Port Arthur. All of a sudden this car pulled up on the side of me and decided to speed up and swerved in my path. So I had to take evasive action, so I had to take the shoulder. Ran me off the road into a railing. All of a sudden I woke up dazed, confused. A bunch of police cars around, ambulance out there. They took us to the local hospital. They evaluated, found out we was all right, no broken bones, concussion, nothing like that, thank God. A car headed to the local body shop on the record truck. Did you know that according to the U.S. government census, that in 2009, there were over 2,217,000 vehicle crashes in the U.S. Of that number, 448,000 were due to distracted or reckless drivers. I will now talk to you about the future of my favorite car. I returned to Lake Charles the following week to check on her condition. Found out she was a total loss. So I had to sell her to one of the local scrap yards for scrap metal. That wasn't fair, but she had to go. Even though she was just a car, she had a unique personality. You know how when you have your favorite car, you know about that car. Nobody else knows about it, how to crank it up, how to shift it, or whatever you have to do to it to keep it going. We were a team together. I had to say goodbye to her that day. It was kind of a sad occasion. I know that right now she's up there in scrap metal heaven. She rests in peace with it. She's looking down on me. I'm looking down at her. I always have fond memories of her. I never forget about her. Now that I've covered the future, I'd like to conclude my eulogy for her. Today I've talked about a past, a present, and a future. Always on that day, March 31st every year, we'll have a moment of silence. Well, thank you all for coming out and listening to my speech.